I'm going to do the best I can to give the shortest overview I can for how to use Pear Deck with your kids. If you go to New and make a slide, or if you open up a slide you've already created for one of your classes, which I think will be the bulk of us, right? I saw a lot of you using slides. So assume Google Slides is a preferred. I'll go with, I like that one. Okay, so I'll call this Pear Examples, I guess. And what I'm going to do is go to add-ons, and Pear Deck, if you have logged into it, should be here in your add-ons. So I'm going to say open the Pear Deck add-on, and I should see ask students questions. So some slides may be exposition stuff, but some slides will be I have a question. Okay, and so you'll say whatever your question is, and then well, the difference when you're using Pear Deck is that you're going to add something which is going to change this slide, and when you play slides with present or slideshow, it's not going to work anymore. You're going to want to use this one after you're finished. Okay, so anyway, let's add our content. I'll go ahead and what it looks like on the student screen versus what it looks like on your screen, you know, if that's what you have up on the board or the projector or whatever. All right, so this one's going to show us like a number graph, and this one's just going to ask us a number. So when I say update the slide, the add-on does its thing, and now I have a slide that won't work with slideshow, but you will see it working when you start the lesson. Okay, so let's go ahead, and I'm just going to try each of these, and then I'll play through a slideshow and we'll run through how it works. So over here on the right I have the students window, which is just the test student account, and on the left I have my teacher window. Okay, so I guess pretend this is their Chromebook or their classroom computer, and this is okay. So what I'm going to do when I'm ready is I'm going to say start lesson. You can either say a student paced activity, which means they scroll through at their own. They may or may not be on the same slide as you, and this way they can do things when you're not present too. Okay, or you can say Instructor Page, which means when you change slides, it changes on all of their screens at the same time. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and show you how that one works. Okay, so when I click on Instructor Red, it's running the presentation, but none of them see it until they've put in the link. So there are a couple ways they can do that. One way is to type in a code at joinpd.com. They can type THDRM, or you can go down to give students a link. And since a lot of us are using Zoom or virtual classrooms or whatever, a lot of times I'll just say give students a link. So when I click on give students a link, it copies in the clipboard. So when I go to Google Classroom or something, I'll paste. Pretending this is a student's account, I'll just paste it straight into the URL up there. Okay, so this is what the student is seeing on their screen while you see this on your screen. All right, it says one student connected because this student put in that link. Okay, so you can wait till all your students are ready and start class. This says how are they feeling today. I'll go ahead and say so far so good. All right, so on my screen I see the slide I made, and on their screen they see the slide I made. Kind of boring when it's not the, but then that allows you to stay together, because notice how when I change on the left, the student screen is changing on the right. Okay, all right, so first example, can you respond to this open-ended question? Students, write your response. This is what you might see on the board, or if you're being virtual, is what you'd see from your end. The student would see this screen on the right. Can you respond to this open-ended question? And they type in some sort of reply, all right? And that's it, and nothing happens until the teacher says we're going on to the next slide. Okay, did everybody type their responses? Yeah, we all did. So I'll go to the next one. What do you think might be the correct answers? The last one was the kind where you type in text. A lot of us, we may use that from time to time, but I think many of us probably would not be using that one more often than not. Okay, so now the next slide said choice. So whatever you type on here, so they're going to pick an answer. And over here, it just says students are choosing an option. All right. I can show responses at the bottom. And so far, one student has answered third and none have answered first or second. Okay. But whatever the case, when I say change slides, it changes on both screens, my screen and the computer screen. Now, this one is a website. Okay. You can also add the website type with Pear Deck. And the website is just going to show their slide on the left and a website on the right. And they can use the website like normal as long as you have that slide up. And as soon as you change slides, the website's gone. So a lot of times you'll want to incorporate external links for various reasons, right? This is useful in more than one way. I think the more we use it, the more we'll see how it's useful. This kind of a slide, they paint anywhere. So if you say add painting to this slide, it turns the whole slide into a canvas, and they can do whatever they want with the slide. And that's kind of it. So they got a few really basic painting tools, and that's what a draw slide looks like. Draggable slides. Now this one I imagine will be very useful for several of us. Heart, star, thumb. Well, here's a heart, so I'll go put that where it goes. Here's a star. Here's a thumb, and then I'm waiting for the rest of the class or for the teacher to advance the slides, and the teacher can show responses. Looks like this student put those answers there, so I can find out which student answered. However, to go back to sessions that you've done, if you look at the Pear Deck login, in the top right there's the 3-line thing, and there's something that says review sessions. So when I open that up, any sessions that I've had recently I can run through again. Okay, the one that we just did, I can open it on the projector or the dashboard. So I'll go ahead and say projector. I can show the responses again, just like I did during the presentation. Okay, if I went to open it in dashboard instead, give you an example and say open dashboard, then I can see it a little bit just like slides. So here's this student's response, here's this student's response, where they dragged their stuff, and I can change students. So that's an overview of the different kinds of questions that you can do with Pear Deck using slides. So that's all I can think of. Thanks for watching.